Так, всех приветствую. Сейчас мы начнем. Я покидаю ссылочки по тем местам, по которым реально надо. Так, ссылки я покидал. Сейчас я вернусь, ребят. Привет, Фир. У нас, короче, получается в 19 до 19:30 мы играем в Pre-Sequel, а после 19:30 мы уже идем смотреть геймплей на одном из каналов зарубежных ютуберов. Не ютуберов, а Twitch, не знаю как, твичеров по Borderlands. Да, вот так. Как все это разъяснил. А почему я в хабе? Я же в офисе Джека оставался. Прикол какой-то. Ладно. О, один выстрел. Игру как там, нормально слышно, не тихо? А у меня еще и на телефонных наушниках один из наушников полетел. Окей. Но мне кажется, как и покажут геймплей третьей борды, так и системки выкатят. У меня такое ощущение. Там уже будем гадать.
Leading to the eye of Helios laser. That inferior claptrap died when the going got rough. Are you kidding me? I swear to God, if I ever become CEO, I'm gonna destroy every last one of those friggin' things. I disagree, but honestly, that guy was the worst, so...
Давай быстрее. Егова виноваты. То двигай ляхами быстрее. Квадрокоптер Навального. А на 9 мая будет тематический стрим, скорее всего. Будем играть в War Thunder. Тематический Назвать его сложно. Просто будет стрим по Вартантеру. Так, сейчас я вернусь. Так, ладно. Поехали вперед. Ну, надеюсь, что gearbox не будет завышать системки. И не буду делать как с метро. Ну как, gearbox вообще к метро никакого отношения не имеет. Но в минимально указывает, чем в среднюю видеокарту 1060. Ну такое себе было. Хотя они перестраховались, мне кажется. Потому что фиг их знает, что потянет.
Why don't you just not destroy the moon and kill hundreds of innocent people? Hundreds now to save, millions later. And my name is Zarpedon. Tungstina Zarpedon. Tungstina Zarpedon. You must have been super popular in high school. My God, your parents were assholes. Hang in there.
Давай умирай. Найс. А можно? Мода. Скоро 38 уровень будет, вот это круто. Но мне девать нечего. Вот это еще типа можно юзать. Ну. Привет. Нету. Надеюсь, тут дверь не забагается это. Я помню, как она у меня на пиратка багалась постоянно. Угу, сегодня среда. Блин, что я там качал? Нет, не забагалось, отлично. А чё не 42-го-то здесь, не понял? А, ну как бы они умирают. По 800 опыта, ого. Вот за это мне и нравится железяка, то что у него скорострельность может быть на некоторых оружиях очень большой. Давай открывай. Говнарь. Чё мне там ультразвук не хотят поставить? Нет, вроде не хотят. Тысяча опыта. Уф. Где мои сундуки, срань? Дай мне лут. О, сейчас тут пухляков повстречаю, круто будет. О, обычный живоглот. Да где он? Скат, ну, облик на скат у меня уже есть. Элитный живоглота. Люблю. Давай отстреливайся уже.
Son would have thrown his feces on the wall. you know how 19-year-olds are. Anyway, come on back. I got something for you. How's your son been doing anyway? It's great. He's got a girlfriend. Oh wow, really?
Ой, напугали меня, ужас. Уровни я сейчас, конечно, не понадают здесь. Только не вот эти. Безбашенный. Нихера он не безбашенный. Вот эти вот штуки опасные. У меня физикс включился, да? Давай открывай. Все, гуляй, Вася. Открывай. Быстро. Мы сейчас бан выдамо. Автоматически. Скорострельность. Все. Зажимной лазер. Круто. Через 10 минут уже идти геймплей. Ой, геймплей. Начало геймплея смотреть. Точнее, подготовку или пред. Короче, какие-то там манипуляции gearbox мутит. Нет этих тварей, все. Какой-то кал. Давай открывай. Где у нас мало времени осталось.
Stuff like that. I mean, it's not that sexy, but his stuff sells like hotcakes on the aquamarine planets. Tacitor, we've retaken a section of Helios. We're only steps away from taking back the laser and seque Pandora. Yeah, great. I'm calling to tell you that the board has decided to reverse your termination. You have their support. All right. Pleasure to be working with you again, asshole. Now why don't you go pour yourself a big tall glass I told you so and suck it.
Вперед. Нужно быстрее все делать. Все, как быстро все делать. Времени-то реально мало остается. 7 минут. Лол. А что? Как? Это как? Вот это неожиданно. Жаль, что у нас 41 уровень, но что, поиспользуем. Мне нужно сейчас кислотное оружие. Потому что будет босс, скоро самолет этот летающий. И против него нужно что-нибудь кризионное. Снайперская винтовка или еще лучше дробовик. А можно прекратить? Спасибо. Так, давайте-ка переходить на захват экрана. Имеет название. Сейчас. Так. Три минуты осталось. Сидим, пока ждем. Сейчас я сделаю захват экрана, ребят. Наблюдайте пока за этим, а я скоро вернусь. Ну, короче, как я и предполагал, игра под патронатом AMD. Либо они сделают оптимизационную точнее сделают рендер только вулкан, или хотя бы даст выбор на директ перепрыгнуть. Потому что GTX на вулкане меньшую производительность показывают. Мне нужен пониженный FPS. Хотя тени они реально хорошо сделали. А, еще, кстати, да. Чекать. Вот этот сайт EPG сторов. Требования системы. Музыка прикольная. А, это вторая часть. То и не с первой. Нет, со второй. Поехали. Это пока трейлер, сейчас будет предусловие. Ну, короче, подготовка к геймплею. Но его уже заранее слили. Кто не знает.
Welcome to your worldwide gameplay premiere of Borderlands 3. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the busiest lady in the business, Andrea Renee.
What's good, Greg?
Borderlands, of course, and the best hair in the business, Fran Mirabella III.
Good morning, sir.
A good morrow to you, sir. How are you? What is everybody's hype level? We're finally here.
I mean, how can you not be hyped? Borderlands has been so long in the making for Borderlands 3, and we are finally going to get to see gameplay, so it's max levels of hype, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many people milling about here. The energy
рассказывать
is
здесь
really
сидят?
electric.
Yeah.
I mean, after that amazing reveal at PAX East, finally, we've been wondering when they were going to announce Borderlands 3, like, for realsies.
I know,
Yeah.
yes. The wait is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to put up with us for 30 minutes. Then, Randy Pitchford and Paul Sage will give a 1-hour presentation detailing everything you need to know about Borderlands 3. And if that wasn't enough, once they leave the stage, you put up with us for another like 30 minutes. But then,
It's true.
3
Системные требования
hours
пока
of
не завезли.
Borderlands streamers showing you everything you can do in the game. I can't wait. Andrea, you and I, longtime Borderlands fan. I am excited
Надо
to
было
see
смотреть.
what they have up their sleeve for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, so we got a really good look, and obviously that trailer that they debuted about a month and a half ago has been broken down frame by frame. So we know we've got these two
Gun
new
by
villains.
gun.
Yeah.
No, exactly, right? These two new villains, the
Yeah.
Calypso twins.
Yeah.
We've got 4 new Vault Hunters. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a little bit more from them, see some gameplay, obviously, maybe see some familiar faces.
Of course, yeah, that's what Borderlands is such a rich, storied universe. I want to know more about it. Fran, everybody in the chat, I'm sure right now, is asking, why is Fran here?
What's
Fran
that guy
Mirabella,
doing there?
of course, the looter shooter guy, right?
Yeah.
When you're on the Gamescast, that's what you're talking about. When you're streaming, that's what you're streaming.
Yeah.
But Borderlands new to you.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play it. I know there's people out there like that. I'm into looter shooters, so yeah, all the time. Why haven't you played it yet? I've always wanted to. When was the right time? Game of the Year edition came out.
Yeah.
I hopped in, didn't know I was doing this event even. I was already in, started playing, got into Borderlands 2, and I'm definitely I'm getting the hooks in me. I can see what makes Borderlands special, and so I'm really excited to see what Borderlands 3 has in store, how it's evolving.
It's for everybody. It's for fans like Andrea and I. It's for people like Fran, who just fell off the turnip truck, and here they are, ready to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how much you love or hate Borderlands, you have things to do right now. You can sign up for the Vault Insider program if you go to borderlands.com. What this does, of course, is rewards you with loyalty points, so you can start earning rewards in Borderlands 3 right now just by going there, syncing your Twitch account to the Vault Insider program. Borderlands.com has all the information for you. But before we get any further into this, we keep talking about the PAX trailer. Let's go look at it. Let's see what we know about Borderlands 3 so far.
Опять трейлер, серьезно? Сколько можно трейлерами-то кормить? Зачем повторять трейлер, который мы уже видели?
So that's Borderlands 3. Those are the memories we will be making. But I want to talk about where we've all been with Borderlands. And I want to start with you, noob.
Yeah,
Fran,
okay.
all right? You just start. For you, what is Borderlands? What is the Borderlands feature that now that you've been playing you think of? You think Borderlands?
Yeah, it's like I've been around it for so long. The people in my career have always said, play Borderlands.
And you don't listen to us.
Now I do.
Your best
I'm
friend
in
telling
now,
you to play
man.
it.
You don't
and
have to
refuse.
sell me on it anymore. I'm in, man. But I know what a looter shooter is, and so I thought I knew what to expect. But there is something special about it. The way that they do the loot grind.
Yeah.
You hear about so many guns, but when I started playing and it was getting just the worst of the guns.
Just crappy.
Ничего мне не показывают.
And I love it. I love how it just scales and your weight. Every drop is important so far in my experience, and I just can't wait to see how they evolve that in 3 and getting super powerful and even crazier guns, hopefully.
Andrea, you're the one who keeps saying, right, they are the origin of the looter shooter. And I still think few games do it as well. When you kill someone or something and it just rains guns and there's so much loot on the ground, that's what makes Borderlands so exciting, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's not just the fact that there's a lot of guns or just the fact that it's like so cool the way it kind of confettis out of enemies. But the guns have such a unique personality in the Borderlands franchise, which I think is what resonates with fans.
Sure.
You know, whether you're playing with a Tediore or a Torg or my personal favorite, the Molly one, elemental guns.
I know what that means now.
I understand
Now I
these references. You're getting too fancy, man. Hyperion. Just stick with it. I don't
Hyperion's
want.
okay
There's
too.
nothing worse than when I'm shooting somebody and it says resist, and I'm like, no, that's why I just stick to bullets. All right, I don't need the
You
elementals.
gotta be better with your
Bullets.
strats.
She's
Greg.
elemental.
I have a stretch. Shoot it in the head till it's dead. That's what it's about. Andrea, for you, what do you think of? What is your Borderlands feature?
I mean, in addition to the guns, I mean, it's this amazing cast of Vault Hunters,
Sure,
right? We have
sure.
so many characters over, you know, several games now, over a dozen different Vault Hunters to choose from, and we're getting obviously a whole new crop for Borderlands 3, but the characters and the NPCs in the world just feel like they have so much more personality than your...
Блин, что-то небольшая программа на показ геймплея. Геймплей только в самом конце.
Vault Hunter. Who's your Vault Hunter? Who do you default to? What do you play?
So Siren class is my main
Oh,
class.
okay.
So Maya's probably my favorite. I really like Lilith, and you would think that she'd be my main because obviously red hair. I love characters with red hair. But she's great, but I just really love the skill tree set that Maya had. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some more gameplay from Amara. Well, we haven't seen any gameplay from Amara yet.
Yeah.
So she's the new Siren in Borderlands 3, but keeping my fingers crossed, she's gonna be awesome.
She has the mini arms and
Right,
Yeah.
in the trailer and stuff, right?
Yeah, you mean the
In the
best
trailer.
six-pack abs
yes,
you've ever seen?
she looks jacked.
Well, I don't know. Don't make me take my shirt off. Man. Yeah, don't twist my arm.
Oh, we know that you're not afraid to.
For me, when I think of Borderlands and I think of features, right, what defines Borderlands for me has always been the humor, right? And that's why
Слева
I think
чё-то
of
какой-то ютубер по борде.
Yeah.
right? Both of them. Two dark and disturbing characters in different ways, but characters I love so much, right? Handsome Jack, a horrible dude, but is he funny? He's very funny. And I like
You love to hate him. He's one of those,
exactly,
right?
and then through the collection, actually feeling for him, where we get to Tales from the Borderlands, and I'm actually like, well, yeah, don't erase him. We got to figure out how to save Handsome Jack, even though he's a monster. In Claptrap, the same deal, right? Where Claptrap sits there with his sweet, sing-songy voice talking about how depressed he is.
Wait, are you saying he's a monster?
A little bit. Everyone kind of hates Claptrap, but they also love Claptrap.
I love him.
Yeah, what's your Claptrap story, Fran?
Yeah, I mean, well, I still have much to experience, but when I was playing Borderlands 2 and there's that gate scene, they put you up on a turret to, like, no big spoilers here or anything, to shoot a gate down.
You're the only person who's new to Borderlands 2 watching
Just to be, no, there's many new fans, I'm sure.
Самое главное узнать системки.
This gate, and he's like, all right, I'm going to tell you when to shoot it, and I'm going to stand here, but don't shoot it yet, because that would be really dangerous. Okay, you can shoot it, but not yet. That was a test, and it's like, that was my first, like, big foray into how much humor and style they put into it, and it just prevails throughout the whole series, and that's what makes Borderlands special. Like you said, it's not just the guns, it's the style.
Что-то про серию,
and
про
writing is just fantastic.
For all the
стиль
guns I've
говорят.
shot, right, when I think of my favorite Borderlands memory, what comes up to me is Tales from the Borderlands, when Gortys gets introduced to Loaderbot, and Loaderbot is sitting there, pretty much destroyed, about to be done, right? She's like, hey, how are you? And he's like, how's your day? And he's like, to be honest, it's a mixed bag. I remember being in hysterics, and that's still a conversation I'll go back and watch on YouTube. Just when I'm feeling like the need to, right? That's my memory. My other Borderlands memory, my old roommate Mike, right? When Borderlands 2 came out, we moved his TV into the living room, and then from one Friday all the way through work on Monday morning, sat there and played Borderlands side by side. That's what this game's all about. What is your memory, Andrea?
For me, and the reason I wore my shirt today is Tiny Tina, right? Like, so she is such an amazing character. I like vividly remember when we got to meet her in Borderlands 2. Because when do you get to meet like a murderous 13-year-old inside of a video game? And I just really thought she was a fun character that we hadn't seen before.
В предыдущих частях Borderlands. Вот что они рассказывают.
Started her career. All right. You're welcome, everybody else. Life is strange. Horizon is Borderlands.
It's kind of wild to think about how far back that was.
Yeah, I know, right?
And how much she's done since then.
Первым получается клад-трэп, второй Тина, а третьему что?
But she crushed it. I mean, I think Tiny Tina is one of the most iconic characters, and now we get to see Tina a little bit older, and maybe we'll see her in the reveal today.
Ooh, a tease? I hope so. Fran, I'd ask you for your favorite memory, but you're a newborn. You have none. You sicken me. But hey, everybody, welcome if you've never played Borderlands before. One of the big changes from Borderlands 1, 2, and even into the pre-sequel, I'll say, is streaming is taken off. And if you didn't know, there's a whole team of Borderlands streamers.
На pre-sequel что-то они даже не говорят, по-моему.
Favorite moments.
I'm just trying to steal
Ага.
XP.
Ugly.
I'm trying to steal it. Oh! Oh!
Woo. You didn't like that?
No, Brick! Thank you so much, Lynn. Oh my God, I love you.
You probably shouldn't be around very long, right? Oh, what? No? No, you're dead in like 2 shots?
Он что, челик с реборном играет.
Oh my God! Cloud Kill hits like a truck.
Oh my God! What the? What the hell is that?
What is my luck today? Hi! Yes! Yes! It's mine!
15? Whatever you want.
What the?
That killed you?
Yes, it killed me.
That was amazing.
No, it was not amazing.
Oh, we got it. Oh my God. I'm shaking. Oh my God, guys. We got it. We got this freaking pink nightmare of a sniper rifle. Oh my God. Why do you need it?
Because it's awesome. Look at it blow stuff up.
Почему про нашего русского стримера не говорят Алсел? Или про кого дано?
Yeah! I killed him by jumping on him. Death by jump.
Don't sell all this stuff.
I hate this. I'm done. I'm leaving. Man, that was awesome.
Зато вот про 10 FPS говорят.
That is what Borderlands is all about. Getting the big loot drops, screaming, running, dying a lot. They died a lot in that.
There's a lot of dying.
Right? I think Borderlands is so great at making you feel empowered, and then to see everybody screaming and getting crushed by just rocks and things flipping over.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You
in the game.
never
That's
know
part
what
of
you're
what's
gonna get.
special about it, right?
Yeah, of course. If you need more Borderlands streaming in your life, of course, they are streaming Monday through Friday, featuring many of the streamers you just saw, and also huge bosses. We know about loot, we know about characters, we know about comedy. Borderlands is known for putting in a lot of different bosses. Those same streamers put together another video package for you, showcasing some of their favorite boss fights and loot drops.
Do you like looting? Do you like shooting? You'll like Borderlands.
And look at that damage. Look at that damage, guys.
Oh yeah! Yes! Gotcha! Yeah! Oh, that was awesome.
Are you kidding me?
5
What am I
FPS.
doing right in this? Oh my God, I lived.
Okay, that's
Челик, который играть не умеет.
What in the actual is going on? Ah!
Зачем они это вставляют?
Dude. What if I melee it real close?
Ладно, этот умеет.
Bad plan! Kill it!
I'm so good.
And you've gotta be kidding me! Oh
Лол. Он должен был упасть бесконечности. Выпал.
Wait! 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 Wait!
Moral drop.
Got him.
Come on, die, please, 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 please. Yes! I did the thing! Yes!
your stupid face.
Told you, bosses are not going to be farmed today.
Oh my god!
Ну все правильно.
Are you kidding me?
Там либо это граната под...
I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. Today was my lucky day.
Oh, what memories that montage brings back, Andrea. Do you remember doing that, running grinds, trying to get the right gun?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And for me, it was a lot of replaying missions with my friends.
Yep.
Because I never wanted to wait for them to get online and play, and so then I would have to jump into their game,
sure.
And we would run the same missions over and over again. But like, it's like you never know when you're gonna get that magical legendary drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was the thing. Is like I remember again back to playing with Mike. Like he was so obsessed and would run the same boss fight over and over and over again, trying to get the right drop. You see in that montage, right? 36, run 36. Fran, what is so hypnotic about looter shooters that will do? That'll happen for them.
Yeah,
they'll sit there and do it all over and over and over.
You're describing why none of my friends ever see me outside of the house. That's what gets me, that perfect drop, the drop that your friends are talking about, and that is exactly what makes looter shooters special. And it's that you're not guaranteed to get it. And one, it's how fun is the challenge of facing the boss, playing with your friends, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like, I always equate it to maybe in the game itself, you know, you go to Moxie's, you pull the lever, you play in the slots, and you might get the drop, but you might get a grenade that just pops out and you get damage. So when you do get something special, man, it's so meaningful and it adds to your power, and I just can't wait to play more of Borderlands 2 now and go back to it. And I haven't finished it yet, but
get off the stage!
I know.
Security!
Oh my gosh, you startled me.
Sorry, I'm here too.
You think I'd be used to it by now.
You thought that just because they hired us for this stream, I'd be quiet? I won't be quiet. I'm still Greg.
Can't silence him.
Speaking of not being quiet, Greg, do you have awesome Borderlands clips or cosplay you'd love to share with the Gearbox team? Go ahead and get on social media. Use hashtag Borderlands3 and share them. You might be featured in future Borderlands 3 events because obviously this is far from their last stop, I'm sure. They have a lot of different trade shows coming up. There's this thing happening in LA soon. Who knows, though?
I thought there was a copy under our seat. I was taking one home with me.
No,
but it's
sorry.
later.
No, it's
okay.
God,
All right.
Can you imagine if they were like, guess what? We lied. It's out
it's
now.
out today. Yeah,
oh,
no,
my goodness. If Randy's listening, it's
Randy?
a good idea for him out there.
He has the power.
Yeah, I know, right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking today about Borderlands 3.
Мы должны перейти к короткой истории, потом спекуляции, вообще у них 5 минут там будет, а потом геймплей сам по себе.
So here's everything you need to know about the Borderlands universe so far.
Да, все правильно.
Pandora. A savage, desolate wasteland of a planet. That is until its legendary vault was forced open. And the priceless alien mineral...
Но опять же, неправильно расставили серии. Должна быть первая часть, Pre-Sequel, потом только вторая.
Enter the greedy tyrant, CEO of Hyperion, Handsome Jack. With a fortune made from harvesting iridium, he set his sight on a new vault. The Vault of the Warrior. Rumors of this new vault lured a band of brave fools. The new Vault Hunters, seeking their fortunes on Pandora. Jack was set on eliminating all competition and tried to have them killed, but they survived and joined the Crimson Raiders in their crusade against Hyperion. With the Guardian Angel on their side, they seemed well on their way to glory. But the Angel was not all she appeared to be. She double-crossed the Vault Hunters, tricked them into sabotaging the Crimson Raiders, and gave Jack the upper hand. Realizing she was being used as his pawn, she turned on Handsome Jack. The Vault Hunters learned that Angel was no machine, as they had believed, but one of the 6 sirens, and imprisoned by her father, Jack. He injected her with iridium to charge the Vault Key. In a valiant effort to stop Jack's plan, she sacrificed herself.
Ну, историю про Дэма знаю. С темочки интересно уже выкатили.
Lilith, and forced her to charge the vault key and awaken the warrior. For you see, this vault was no mere treasure.
Сколько? 100 тысяч? Да, 100 тысяч, смотрите, считайте.
Ancient Iridian construct, an alien colossus, to be controlled by whoever woke it with the power of the key. Kill.
So finally, let's turn our eyes to Borderlands 3. Wild speculation time. Andrea, what are you expecting from Borderlands 3 today?
I'm certainly expecting a lot more locations than
Куляться
we
будет
saw
идти
in
до
previous Borderlands from the trailer that
8.
we've seen so far. They did a lot of fast cuts of some really cool looking spots that don't look like Pandora. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a reveal that they're really expanding the Borderlands universe today. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. What do you want from the story?
Почитаем, что здесь интересного сказали.
Obviously, I want some setup as to who these twins are, the Calypso twins, and like what they're doing, what their motivations are.
How dare they?
What?
How dare they? Where
Not
did you
set
come
them up?
from, twins?
I mean, they've got a really cool style to them. They
As
look,
most things do in the Borderlands universe.
obviously, but I mean, they look a lot younger. Obviously, than Handsome Jack was.
Yeah.
So
Great hair, just like Handsome Jack to have great hair.
I feel like everyone in Borderlands has good hair.
That's why Frank could fit right in. Drop him into the world of Pandora.
Borderlands 4, get me in there.
What do you want? What do you want from story-wise, Fran?
You know, yeah, I have this different perspective as we've been talking about. When I played from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2, I saw this huge quality of life
Вон там,
improvement.
кстати, пушки запалили. Вон там пушки.
Just the pace of things, and it was more vibrant. I'm expecting
Левый
to
верхний
see,
угол.
now even a bigger gap between 2 and 3 coming. So a lot of the quality of the life stuff, the bigger world, more production value.
Sure.
All of the above, because it's 2019. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen Borderlands, so I hope to see a big leap.
You hit the nail on the head there for me, right? Storyline-wise, I expect it to be like Borderlands 1 and 2. It'll be funny, it'll be great, it'll give me a reason to go shoot a lot of things. But it's 2019, and that's what gets me excited for gameplay.
Yeah.
Is I loved Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel, Tales, but that's a different kind of gameplay. What does a modern 2019 Borderlands look like?
Yeah, everything from, right, the driving, the jumping, the aiming. I mean, every game makes those improvements, and I think maybe we take for granted how long it's been. I'm hoping to see some big changes there, even though it's already great.
Right, no, that's the thing I think I want to touch on is that I don't feel like they need to reinvent the wheel here.
Of course not.
You know, when Randy got on stage,
Ну, здесь ничего интересного не расскажут, это обычно какие-нибудь блогеры малоизвестные в наших кругах. Ну, может быть, какие-нибудь представители Gearbox, другие. Он сейчас был просто рассказывать, что может быть там. Ну, просто сейчас геймплей посмотрим и все. И пойдем по сиквел игр.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But going back and playing with you, friend, when we were playing Game of the Year Borderlands 1, it was very much like, oh man, I love Borderlands. Jumping in there and being like, oh, how do I menu? Oh wow, like this
It's been a while.
This is an old game.
And it was amazing for its time.
Oh yeah, totally. But now to get what makes Borderlands in 2019, like I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see that. And like even like, you know, the little change we saw in the trailer we just watched, right, of running guns. Like the ability to like, you know, like what is gonna happen? How are they gonna expand what we already know about this franchise and world?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a half decade in a think tank, I think. What are we going to do with these guns that are getting even crazier? Well, I didn't expect to see legs on guns, so I can't wait to see what else they've done with them, you know?
Well, another thing I think
Смотреть, не выкатили ли системки на истории. Ну, что это случай? Нам реально сделали огромную скидку. Она у нас стоит тот делюкс 3000 рублей. Либо и супер делюкс. Но она очень дорогая.
Right, it's still always a part in any end game, right? Where you're playing something like the Division 2, like Fran and I do, and you get there and it's like, it's great, but going back and trying to play with a low-level person, it's the, all right, well, I killed him for you. How do you figure that out? And Borderlands has been so clutch at making what Borderlands is what Borderlands is, right? And making these games be true, authentic to what the Borderlands franchise is. What does that look like in 2019?
Yeah, I'm with Andrea though. As much as I'm new to it, I don't want to see a bunch of big changes. I think Borderlands is special for those reasons. I can already tell. Like, do we need a big raid or do we need end game content? Well, you always need an end game, but like, these classic looter shooters I play, like, yeah, I don't know that we need all those different things. Man, the hype is.
Там народ в зале развлекают.
The energy is growing.
Yeah. If the energy is growing at your house, this is the perfect time to remind you about the Twitch extension, Echo Cast. If you go to borderlands.com right now, you can sign up. You can start earning Borderlands rewards just for watching this. It is going to come into play very importantly in the post stream. I'll tell you about it later. You gotta look now. This is what Echocast is. It's a Twitch extension that lets you watch players who are playing the game, go into their loadouts, check out all their guns and stuff. There's some cool things you'll be able to do as well in terms of maybe getting your own stuff in Borderlands.
Number one, judge a streamer's loot, because that's what we need. Is you go in and you're like, all right, you should change your skill tree up because this is a better way to do it.
You don't have to worry about the chat constantly reminding them why you're doing something. Now they can see it themselves and be like, you suck.
But you can earn loot just by watching. So
I mean, it's a great way to interact with a streamer that you're already probably watching and to remind people to stay engaged in that stream, and it's just more loot.
I mean, that speaks to what I'm talking about, right? Is like, that's the kind of interactivity and thinking outside the box I expect from Borderlands. And now you already see them touching on what gaming is right now in our day and age, right? Of how to use Twitch in a completely different way. How to use it in a way that will not only make it better for the viewer, but better for the player, right?
Yeah.
Fran, you Twitch stream all the time.
Yeah.
On twitch.tv/FM3_.
Thank you.
Now, you get the same question over and over again. So when people pop into your Borderlands stream, they're always going to be asking you, what are you rolling? Why are you doing this? Well, and if they can just look at it on their own.
Yeah, so that's
Давайте уже
number
геймплей,
one,
уже
but I'm
время.
wondering, to your point, it's 2019. I haven't really thought about it, but it's clearly an important announcement for them here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's early. They've got time to go. So for it to come up now, I mean, I wonder if we're going to see more to the extension, how you expand on just co-op into community and people watching. So that could be a hook for Borderlands.
The ability
that we
to
haven't
earn
seen.
loot, right? Like, that's just so cool because everybody wants
But
more
maybe
of
you can
that.
mess with your loot, right? Maybe there's a way to put you in the game without, I don't know. I'm
Oh
making
man,
it
I
up,
hope not. I think
There
that may be just going a little too far.
Well,
Sorry, you blew up.
speaking of going too far, ladies and gentlemen, we will not go too far. You've been very patient. Thank you for putting up with us. It is time for you to see an hour-long presentation of Borderlands 3, presented, of course, by Paul Sage, Randy Pitchford. Then, of course, stick around for a post-show with us, and then 3 hours of your favorite Borderlands streamers playing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Borderlands 3.
Давайте, показывайте.
No.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Borderlands 3 gameplay reveal event. Please welcome to the stage Borderlands 3 creative director Paul Sage. And please welcome to the stage Gearbox software founder, me, Randy Pitchford. How's it going, you guys? Thank you for joining us here in Hollywood, California as we share Borderlands 3 gameplay for the very first time. It's hard to believe that 10 years ago, Borderlands ushered in the shooter looter. I mean, and here we are. We're about here to experience Borderlands 3. It's been about 5 years since the Gearbox software development team started working on this game, and we are so excited to be here to share it with you today.
Now, I know everybody's used to hearing me and Randy speak on behalf of the team. Today, I'd like to introduce you to some of the rest of the talent behind Borderlands.
Все стримеры по Borderlands, либо это... Нет, скорее всего, стримеры. Да, стримеры. Видите, как их много. Или не стрим, да фиг их поймешь. Все нормально, это не стримеры.
With Borderlands from the very beginning when we first created the shooter looter genre, and there are many folks, lots of great talent that's joined with us along the way, and all of us here have been working together with our peers back at Gearbox Frisco HQ and Gearbox Studio Quebec, and we are thrilled to be here to finally share our work. If you've ever enjoyed a Borderlands game,
or if you're looking forward to Borderlands 3, if you'll indulge me one more time, show this team, show this talent what you think. Thank you guys. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to the team for now. They're gonna be joining us again in a bit because each of you are gonna have an opportunity later to go hands-on with Borderlands 3, and this team, we're all gonna be with you, helping you out. So thank you guys.
Hey, Jeremy, Daquan, can you guys hang behind and stay play the game?
Jeremy and Daquan are gonna be
Не поломается чувак на паксе.
I'm not sure if you guys have been to an event like this before, but
На паксе там все залагает.
possible because of our publishing partner, 2K Games, and they've had support from our hardware technology partner, AMD, powered by RYZEN and Radeon. And we have incredibly badass AMD hardware there, powered by RYZEN and Radeon, and Paul and I wanted to put that AMD hardware to the test with PowerPoint. So, can we start the presentation?
Yeah. So, we've prepared a presentation on what the next Borderlands game will be.
You're looking at an engine-rendered image from the very beginning of Borderlands 3. Look at the environment. It's Pandora. The art, the style. The goal was to try to create an image that was fresh, but also familiar. We wanted to look forward and taking full advantage of today's technology in a way that respects that one-of-a-kind Borderlands art style.
Okay, let's be honest, this isn't an actual screenshot from the game. What you're looking at is the game. Now, we've skipped past the logos and a lot of the introductions because we felt
Текстурки другие уже не как рисовка. Она более слабая.
from the very beginning. So with that, let's play some Borderlands 3.
Hey, you must be the new recruit. I am a CL4PTP steward bot, but you can just call me General Claptrap of the Crimson Raiders. What's your name?
Amara.
Thanks. I'll pre-order your tombstone just in case. Now, those jerks who tried to murder you are the Children of the Vault, a bandit cult who follow their creepy leaders with blind devotion. Which reminds me, if you're going to obey my every beck and call, you'll need an echo device. Try it out.
На приставке какой-то. Скорее всего, бокс.
The Echo 3. Slightly more powerful than the Echo 2 and twice as expensive. Besides, the Echo 2 had a tiny issue with spontaneous combustion, so they rebranded those as grenades.
Карту лучше бы оставили как-нибудь со второй части. А это какая-то ужасная. А, нет, она показывает, какие территории изучены.
So Lilith's ordered us to take over the recruitment center of the Children of the Vault. In the introduction that we skipped, you would learn that the Children of the Vault is a new cult that's emerged.
Сейчас бы на консоли геймплей показывать.
Siren Lilith and the Crimson Raiders are recruiting new Vault Hunters. That's you, that's us. And we are to investigate the Children of the Vault cult and discover who their mysterious leaders are.
Как кастомизация это выглядит? Что еще интересно?
You'll need to register your Echo at this quick change. Once we defeat the cult, I'll be famous. And when I'm signing autographs, I need you looking sharp while defending me from my legions of fans/stalkers.
Okay. Whoa.
All right, now as you can see here, we're playing as Amara, and she's a powerful Siren warrior. And like Claptrap mentioned, we're in the quick change, where it's up to you how you want your look. So you can change Amara and change your emotes, obviously. Okay. All right, let's keep playing for now, guys.
User agreement. Boring. Don't worry, corporations have our best interests at heart. Except Dawn. And Hyperion. And never mind. The propaganda center is this way. A locked gate? No! This can't be happening! The entire mission is ruined! Think, Claptrap, think! You're brave and powerful, and people always
So obviously, you're getting a glimpse here on how we use the beginning of the game to make sure players are up to speed on how first-person video games work. We can validate that players understand how to navigate the environment and interact with it.
You did it! Best recruit ever! But don't get cocky.
We'll even be able to know that a player's learned how to crouch and how to slide. You gotta make sure you can jump. And if you miss, that you can mantle up and climb the higher
Да ладно. Наконец-то. Если залажал, ты сможешь вернуться обратно.
So as with most games, we're using the beginning to make sure that we teach the fundamentals. We're also setting the tone of the game, right? Just like our unique art style, we want people to feel right away what we believe helps to make Borderlands special, a style of writing that's both irreverent and genuine.
I hit a weapons cache nearby. Stay quiet and follow my every move. It's stealth time.
Следы.
Perfect. Once we complete our mission, Lilith has to promote me to Super General. Stand back!
So we're throwing stealth out the window?
Relax. On Pandora, it's actually super weird if something's not exploding. Now take your gun, recruit. You're gonna need it. These guns, like myself, aren't beholden to their primary
Ну,
function.
не знаю.
And sing! And some guns now include an alternate shooting mode. Try it out. Follow me, recruit.
All right, so as Clash
Патроны все те же.
mentioned, in order to stay competitive, some of our gun manufacturers have added alternate firing modes. And if we look here, we can see that we have a blast-off pistol. And if we just fire regularly, we just fire bullets. But if we switch our alternate firing modes, we fire off micro missiles.
Теперь можно... А вот это интересно.
Now later in the game, you'll find guns that can switch between ice bullets and fire bullets, or you might find guns that have a chain gun on top, but when you switch firing modes, it'll shoot out grenades. It gets pretty crazy, and then players who maximize alt firing modes will have like twice the guns available than they had to start with.
Wait here. I'll talk my way in, become their king, and then you'll surprise slaughter them in cold blood. Watch and learn, recruit. Hello? Anyone there?
This is Shem, holy influencer of the children of the vault. What do you want, Crampot?
Hello, bloodthirsty maniac. It is I, Claptrap, Slayer of the Destroyer, and Super General of the Crimson Raiders. We have you completely surrounded. Open the gates now, and perhaps I will be merciful.
Yeah. Let me think about that.
They might call themselves children of the vault, but they're still bandits, and bandits are incredibly stupid.
Okay, we're going to surrender. Please don't kill us, Crampot.
That's what I thought. Open the doors immediately for your new king.
Easy. I'm coming out. Just wait right there.
We did it. I did it. Another victory for the Crimson Raiders. Hey, I feel funny. What's happening to me?
Как обычно, у железяки что-то сломалось. Стрельба какая. О, господи. Ну, не знаю, как это на консолях геймплей. Поэтому она здесь ужасная. Объектом можно простреливать.
Nothing for mature, right?
Put these bullets into the bad guys. That's a direct order. They were the sweat.
Accept your robot! You're gonna be my new team robot! I'm gonna poof in your head!
С самого начала экшон. Не понял.
But he's still one of us. We're gonna have to save him. I'll be there soon.
So let's see if we can find some loot. I saw over near that door. I saw a red chest. It looks like a trunk of a car.
На эти сундуки были.
What do we got here? What else is there? Oh, that's interesting.
All right. So
Все
we can see that this
револьверочные.
weapon has high accuracy, higher handling. Let's look at the other one. All right, and this weapon has higher damage and a higher reload time. So it's either finesse or brute force in this case.
So what do you guys think? Should we shoot from the hip or should we go with that badass scope? I think you guys said scope, but I heard so. You know what? Take both of them. We'll try the scope.
Уже что-нибудь.
Oh, that's pretty badass. These are like level 1 guns too.
Отдачи нет. Вообще нет. Хотя это консоль, опять же. Что? О, радиация, кстати. Новый геймплейный элемент. Точнее, не геймплейный элемент, а стихия. Штыки не бесполезны наконец-таки. Ну, не знаю. Этого вроде не было во второй части.
Okay, we need a shield. This is an area mission, so if we look around, we should be able to find some somewhere. Not in the skag pile.
Daquan, you on this?
Так, запоминаем это.
All right.
Лут.
That looks promising. Oh, there we go. 77.
А, это щиты. С него по-любому легендарка падает, чекайте.
So I know you guys are getting ahead of me. You can know what's coming next. This is our first mini boss fight. Daquan, you ready? We're flying without a net here, no god mode, so let's do it.
Ну, пос... Лот.
Nice.
Эти слэмы из пресиквела.
Oh god. Oh! Oh my god. Oh, that was awesome.
One for the Crimson Raiders. You and Claptrap secure the area. I'm on my way.
This game's dynamic, so it's like different every time they play it. That was like the best.
Дробовик. Чем-то на... Ну, тоже более приближенно к реальности как-то.
Now you'll notice that Daquan picked up the shotgun that Shiv dropped. We think it's really important that your moment of victory should be have a subsequent reward to it right at that moment. So of course you can pick up gear right away.
All right, dude. Daquan has the same affliction I have, where you have to open every single freaking chest. This is a demo. We can just, yeah, all right. It's so tempting, those green lights. Oh, Claptrap's nagging at us already. So it's not a Borderlands game, of course, unless Claptrap jumps between being needy and bossy and just pathetic. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I still kind of love Claptrap, so let's help him out.
Oh.
In Borderlands 3, you can revive NPCs, and NPCs can revive you. Let's help out Claptrap.
Focus.
Также 100 XP дают за поднятие своего союзника.
I single-handedly took on the COV and sent them packing. Now all that's left is to signal Lilith that the mission is complete.
Что-то он делает. Лили-то вызвал. Что, простите? А забыл же, убежище теперь в космосе.
What's your name, killer? I am Amara. Nice tattoo, Siren Sister. You must be the voice in my head.
Yeah, about that. Not the weirdest thing you're gonna see on Pandora. But seriously, thanks for answering my call. We might not have the numbers, but with a badass like you, we've got a fighting chance. Welcome to the Crimson Raiders.
Hey, do you hear bloodthirsty screaming?
More COV. Let's see what you got, recruit.
Фанатики идут.
So, we're going to skip ahead for a minute, but I want you to consider what we've learned so far. You've just joined Lilith and the Crimson Raiders. Our enemies on Pandora are a fanatical cult called the Children of the Vault. And from here, you and Lilith will fight side by side to capture their recruitment center, where Lilith believes that she can recover a key that will lead her to find vaults on other worlds. The hunt will eventually lead us here to the Holy Broadcast Center, where a fearsome, powerful bandit boss named Mouthpiece broadcasts propaganda to the Children of the Vault all over Pandora. We're here to invade the Holy Recruitment Center, face Mouthpiece, and liberate the key to the vaults.
Okay, so like Randy just mentioned, we've skipped ahead in this story, but if you'll notice, we've also skipped ahead in levels. So I want to take the time to show you the skill trees in Borderlands 3. All right. So, when you first get your skills in Borderlands 3, you don't just have one action skill available to you, you have all three action skills available to you at the moment you open it up. So then what you do is you equip one of your action skills. Do we want to take a look at the action skills? So this first one is Phase Grasp. Now, Phase Grasp will be reminiscent of mine, and you'll be able to control the battlefield by lifting enemies up into the air. The next one here is Phase Cast. With Phase Cast, she'll shoot out a spectral form of herself to kill enemies on the battlefield. And finally, we have Phase Slam. Now, Phase Slam is an area of effect that comes out around Amara and destroys enemies and knocks them back. So, now, as you progress, once you've picked your action skill and equipped it, You'll also open up
Хотя если она
augmentation
кажется опять
that
той же,
allow you to
что и
further
Майя слили,
customize that action skill.
то придется
So
за
there's
это
a way
играть.
to maximize the build of your character.
We've worked hard to make sure that each of our 4 characters is completely
Та же
unique,
Майя, кстати.
but even within each
Зеленая
character,
ветка —
there
это
are
та же Майя.
hundreds of meaningful options. If 2 people want to team up and play the
Я
same
вот вижу
character, they will very
третий
likely
ряд
have completely
посередине
different
скилл.
capabilities.
По-моему, он добавляет урон. Как ужасно человек стреляет. Гиперионская пушка.
I was very lucky. All right, you leveled up.
Now, one thing to look out for is to look at the damage numbers that come up off the enemies here. So we'll use some of that information later, but just for now, like, look at some of these numbers like 56, 26.
26 is there.
56, 26.
Oh.
Что это какая-то замена коротышей.
Now that's a Hyperion shotgun. Hyperion shotguns have shields that come out.
Want to switch back to that shotgun?
Один чьи-то пули отскакивают.
So great.
Радиация вроде.
It's a new elemental type, radiation.
Да, радиация.
Guy hit critical mass.
If a radiated enemy dies, he'll explode and radiate the enemies around him.
Ну, подкаты очень оживит игру. Очень оживят.
Okay. That's mayhem. All right, I think you cleaned this area up. Let's see what kind of loot we can find. It's an outhouse, but it's got a great
Туалет.
light.
О,
Some good stuff. Okay, let's see here. So Amara's level 5. These weapons are level 5. I want you to notice that, by the way. Notice the two here. We've got a rare and an epic, both level 5. And the reason why I want you to remember that is because that was kind of a challenging fight. We're going to need some help for the next section, so we're going to bring in a co-op buddy. Borderlands 3, of course, is fully co-op playable, split screen, networked, however you like to play. Amara just picked up the purple. Turn around and let's look and find a co-op buddy.
Прискрин, пожалуйста, не показывайте
The
его.
operative. Say hi, Zane. All right, we're going to switch to Zane's view. Can we flip that now? Okay, this is Zane's view. I want you to notice something here. Zane is level 25. So obviously Zane's been playing longer than Amara, who is level 5. And if we look at Zane's loot,
Молодцы, в копе не так будет дисбалансно.
he's got his own instance of loot. What's going on here? This is called loot instancing.
Лут у каждого свой, то есть если ты выиграть в копе, то один взял пушку, она у тебя остается. Удобно сделано.
Instance loot is helpful for players that want to play cooperatively but don't want to compete for the loot that drops. There's nothing worse than when you're getting online with randoms and there's a loot ninja in the group, right? So instance loot solves that problem for players that want to use it. The other feature that complements this is level balancing. Notice how Zane's loot is not only instanced, but it's actually balanced for his level. That means the loot, the enemies, everything automatically balances to the level of the player so that everyone has a good time. In my co-op group, some of us would get ahead of the others, right? And then when we come back together, we'd be out of whack. Well, with instantless loot and this mode of gameplay, everything balances out.
Now, that's okay. You can clap if you'd like. Now, there's still some of us who actually like competing for loot or bringing in overpowered characters to help, you know, level up those lower level characters. And for those of you who are like that, we can assure you that there is still a mode for you in Borderlands 3. It's called Classic Mode.
That's right. Now that we've seen Zane the Operative, let's have a look at what he can do. Since Zane is level 25, we've already equipped a lot of action skills and our skill points here. You want to walk us through this?
All right, so the first skill we have is Digiclone. Now, Digiclone is really cool because it not only acts as a decoy, it will actually shoot guns as well. But probably my favorite feature is the fact that you can teleport to your Digiclone and swap places. This next ability is called the Sentinel. Now, the Sentinel is an autonomous drone that'll fly out to enemies and weaken those enemies, or even use your grenades if you have grenade mods equipped. And then we have the barrier skill. Now, Zane will throw out a barrier in front of it, and it'll block incoming bullets and things like that. But of course,
барьер, который нужен только для коопа. Хотя, может, в одиночном можно будет, но не вижу смысла.
Or even if you fire through it, it'll add elemental types to that. Now, probably my favorite feature of Zane is the fact that Zane can use 2 action skills at one time.
That's right. And if you think about it, if you think about Zane, right, like he's got his barrier, which is kind of like the soldier class's capability with that turret. He's got the Sentinel, which is, you know, almost like Mordecai's Bloodwing, but a little hyped up from that. Sure, yeah. He's got the Digiclone, which is kind of like our assassin skill from Borderlands 2. He's kind of like a soldier, a hunter, and an assassin all wrapped up in one. All right, we've got Amara, we've got Zane. We know what they can do. Let's get into the Holy Broadcast Center and see if we can find Mouthpiece.
Oopsie, looks like we've got a technical issue, but don't worry. We'll post the welcome vid later along with some new Let's Plays. Signing off for now. Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.
Another perfect live stream from our infallible God Queen Tyreen. The Holy Broadcast Center opens once again to hear your sins and receive your skins.
Ouch.
Ловушки.
Still got it. See Zane marking targets for the Sentinel? Also check out his damage numbers, right? His enemies are level 27, but his damage is balanced to a mark.
Короче, в кооперативе присоединитесь более поднятый по уровню противник, то у вас будет тоже разный уровень.
All right, we clean this area up. Let's see if we can find some loot.
Okay, now, once again, being honest, you know, to show the breadth of guns that we have in the game, or just some of the breadth, we cheated a little bit and added some chests with some better weapons.
That red chest isn't going to be in the game. I just added that for this purpose because it's okay. There's plenty of red chests. You guys will be fine. We'll feed you, baby birds. It's cool. We wanted to show you some TDR guns, right? Because you remember TDR, they're disposable. Instead of reloading them, you throw them away. And when you throw away a TDR gun in Borderlands 3, some crazy shit can happen. We've got, you know, guns with legs. Let's see some other options. What does this one do?
Прикольная штука.
We've just picked up a few TDR weapons. Let's take them into the next fight.
Go, just ignore that green on your ground there.
We're just not gonna learn, are we? We're just gonna keep eating those speakers.
Ну? Зачем стрелять? Они сами все делают. Что пистолет делать, интересно.
Yeah, throw another one of those MIRV guns out. Check this out.
Самые проблемы ракет.
Homing rockets. That was a little close to your ears. Oh, goodbye. All right, you guys ready? Oh, you learned. We can dodge that.
Очень напоминает локацию, когда мы за Ригет приходили во второй части, вот чем-то она напоминает по структурности. Как бы тоже ловушки, тоже почти в конце вроде как. Да, по-моему, тоже в конце миссии это.
Now he's already full on ammo, but you just press X, or press Y right there, and you can reload all your ammo. You don't even have to go in and buy things one at a time. Of course, you can buy individual pieces if you want. Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever you play a video game and you happen upon a room where there's ammo and vending machines to kind of make sure you're stocked up, it can be a pretty safe bet that you're about to run into a boss fight. Not only is Borderlands 3 a much, much larger game than any Borderlands game before it, but we've added more boss fights than ever before because we think boss fights are exciting opportunities for players to have their skill tested, but also to be rewarded with kick-ass loot. So let's go ahead and see if we can find Mouthpiece.
All right.
His shield's like an equalizer. Zane used his clone teleport to dodge that area of effect that Mouthpiece just made. Oh shit.
Как-то босс легко прям убивать до 25 уровня. Но еще не ощущаю. Во второй части было сложнее это делать. Че упало? Фиолетового лука. А, Ириди? Уникалка. Достойно.
One of the greatest feelings in Borderlands is when an enemy's using a gun against you, you kill that guy, and then you take that gun and use it against your next foes. I love that so much.
Yeah, well, let's do what we came here for, and let's get the vault map.
Amara, you gonna pick that up?
Did you come all this way for that busted-ass map, or are you just here to see me? Didn't know you were such a super fan. Well, you missed the show. Oh, right. But you're all like, what's up with those husks? Well, it's a thing I do. Check out the screens. So I offered the Sun Smashers a place in our family, but they just wanted guns and cash. They betrayed the family. Oh, then Troy said something great.
Gods don't negotiate.
Gods don't negotiate. I love it. Love it. Like I said, that map is super busted, so go ahead and take it. I'll swing by later to pick it up. You're my most loyal follower, Vault Thief. You just don't know it yet.
So you've just met Troy and Tyrene Calypso, the Calypso twins. We learned earlier that on Pandora
геймплей посмотрели, теперь стенки да.
and every cult needs
Быстро.
leaders. This cult is led by the
Или еще
Calypso
сейчас будет
twins.
геймплей.
And they've sort of built a cult of personality around themselves, right? You guys know the type of streamers we're talking about, you know, the kind of streamers everybody hates. So these are like the douchiest kind of streamers of the impossible future that you can possibly imagine. As Tyrene demonstrated, she has the ability to leech power from any living thing. And her aim is to use her cult to lead her to the vaults so that she can soak up the power of the vault monsters. Of course, we're vault hunters. We can't allow her to beat us to the prize. So with a vault map in hand, we're now in a race to find the vaults hidden on other worlds throughout the galaxy. In other words, when we go to those other worlds, we're going to need a ride, right? So later in our venture on Pandora, we're going to find a spaceship.
Oh.
I'd like to introduce Sanctuary 3.
Убежище 3.
We don't talk about Sanctuary 2. Since Sanctuary 3 is our home base, it's a great stopping point between missions. On Sanctuary 3, we can meet our friends, trade our loot, and prepare ourselves for what comes next. You'll notice here there's a quick change station where we can modify our appearance, but there's a new vending machine here on the right. This is sort of a space lost and found. Have you guys ever lost loot in Borderlands, like a purple or a legendary lands in some place we can't reach? We collect all that lost loot, and we'll deliver it here for you. You'll never lose loot again.
All right, so let's talk about this. This is your player quarters. Now, because we're playing Amara right now, all of the decoration, everything is built around Amara.
Отлично.
But you can see that you can place items
Теперь
that you find in the world like this.
будет каждая комната.
All right, we got a Torg pistol here.
Pretty rad.
But again, you can modify your player quarters to how you want to play.
Since we picked up a pistol, we'll take it with us on a tour around Sanctuary. And why don't we stop first? Let's head over to Marcus. Just keep going. Ignore that golden chest.
Сундук.
Marcus's place is right around the corner here.
It's a beautiful day, full of
О, когда же, смотрите.
Now, Borderlands 3, Marcus will be our vendor for upgrades to our storage deck unit, right? So we can get more
Вернули эту систему, блин, из первой части.
You'll notice that it costs
Когда ты за деньги покупаешь улучшение. Лучше бы уж оставили какую-нибудь альтернативу Иридиум. Нет, они все опять поменяли.
We're just going to take a look around this place. Isn't that cool? This map has changed more hands than any other content in Borderlands 3. We've had so many of our talented world builders want to get their hands on this and make it great. It's not a pub until you have a Moxie's bar, right?
Look at you, brightening up my day. The name's Moxie. What's yours, sugar? Thanks for the help, sugar. Come back.
Автомат оставили? Уставили.
Here, let's try it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Bad luck.
Well, thanks for encouraging that.
Звук такой же, как из второй части зарядки щита.
Let's keep going on the tour. I love Sanctuary. I mean, it's just such a beautiful, I don't know, the level, I didn't work on this one that much. I just kind of helped guide some of it, but the guys that did the art for this, it's absolutely stunning. These are the jokes.
You're up late. Evening. Knock, knock. Anyone home? Just a moment.
Танец.
Almost there. Surprisingly comfortable, you know? Like a fleshy sleeping bag. Although I do feel a bit viscous.
So Tannis is back. Let's go head up to the bridge.
All right.
Сейчас мы увидим основных сюжетных персонажей.
Hey Paul.
Yes, Randy.
What can we do on the bridge?
So for the first time ever, we can leave the Pandoran system.
Только Лилит? А почему? Хотя только начало, может потом присоединяться.
What's up, killer? All right, let's get to it.
We're in orbit around Pandora right now. We'll check it out briefly before we take off. You can see its distinctive iridian scar. But with a spaceship like Sanctuary 3, we can visit other worlds. Now, this is early in the game, so we haven't unlocked a lot of the other places that you will get to explore. But for now, we're going to do interstellar fast travel to Promethea.
Ты посмотри, как это красиво. А что такое Элпис маленький, не понял.
We're going to go down to Promethea in a moment and check it out. We'll have to make our way to the docking bay in order to do that. In Borderlands, you'll be able to go back and forth between Promethea and Pandora and all of the other worlds that you discover throughout the game.
Might even find a few familiar faces.
Что здесь будет интересно? О, Майя.
I love Maya's look. She's fully Jedi'd
Что так
out.
мало? На вас.
We'll take a couple other stops on the way down to the hangar before we head to Promethea. Continue our tour of Sanctuary 3.
Except for everything.
Oh yeah, let's go to Hammerlocks.
О, Хаммерлоки.
Now here in Hammerlocks, one of the cool things is Hammerlock asks you to kill different creatures, and this is a
Блин,
trophy room
30
for
был.
killing
Это
those
Хаммерлок.
Oh, it's you! Apologies, it's dark and I've never actually cleaned this monocle.
You can see right now all of the trophy mounts on the wall are empty, which means that we've got work to do, right?
A lot of work to do. Now here in the ship, you can see we have shortcuts built in.
The more time you spend on Promethea, the more familiar you'll get with it. We've kind of engineered some shortcuts and other ways to get around, so you can find what you need pretty quickly.
How's your day going?
Hey there, sugar boots.
Ellie's sort of our ship mechanic, and she runs the cargo bay. Down here, we can check out vehicles we've collected. We can also get access to the planets when we're in orbit. We've also got some stowaways we can meet.
Да?
What you want?
Какая валюта у него?
I think his vending machine there said veteran on it.
Неужели Иридий?
Don't look at me like that. I'm doing all the wheel work here.
I don't. And he locked us out.
I think he's building a girlfriend.
I can't believe that Claptrap's lonely. It's just hard to believe. So we're going to head to the drop pod here. This will help us get down to Promethea. In fact, why don't we just skip ahead a little bit? Rather than start at the beginning of Promethea, we can jump forward a bunch of levels, and I want to show you some pretty exciting action here. In the lore, Promethea is the headquarters of the Atlas Corporation. And you'll notice as we proceed that Atlas is actually under siege by Maliwan and their private army. You see, in Borderlands, in this universe, when a corporation attempts a hostile takeover, they do it with full military-grade force.
Now, before we start, I want you to take a look at the gun we're using here. This is an Atlas
Атлас
pistol.
нападает на Маливан?
Now, the cool thing about an Atlas pistol is it has an
Ну то,
alt-fire
что
mode
там
that
с кем-то
fires out
война.
a tracking dart. And when you fire the tracking dart, it marks a target. And then every bullet that you fire subsequently will hit that target. It's like the Fifth Element gun.
Finally. So let me introduce our demoists. We've got Chris. Chris is playing as Zane, and Zane's going to be our co-op buddy this time. And Paul is playing as Amara, which is what's on screen for us to watch. You'll notice Amara and Zane are both at level 10. And we've actually set them up with microphones so that we can listen in on their chatter as they play. Paul, Chris, you guys ready?
I'm good. Hey-o.
All right. So let's watch. This is the world's first Borderlands 3 co-op live stream. Take it away, Paul and Chris.
After you.
All right, I'm going in.
Не понял.
There's a bunch of enemies over here. I'm gonna head on the right side and try and split them up.
All right, I see a couple behind cover. I'm gonna just pop a tracker.
Ого.
Switching over grenade.
Nice shot.
Melting all shield, switching to fire. Good ground slam.
Yeah,
he's down. One on the left.
Хорошо постарались.
Warp anchor's in.
Got a few more.
I'm just gonna
Реально
run grenades on
хорошо.
the crowd. Up and over.
All right,
I
there's
think we
one
got
up
one
there.
up
Can you
top
get him?
here. Missed my dart. Hit him with a grenade.
Got
He's
him.
down.
Nice.
That weapons depot's a juicy target, but they've got an impenetrable security
Что такое?
wall surrounding it. If you somehow crack it open, you're going to find some quality firepower in there.
So you've just heard from Lorelei. She's an all-new NPC. We skipped past her introduction since we skipped ahead, and we skipped also a lot of her storyline, but trust that you'll be able to meet and spend a lot of time with Lorelei and other NPCs as you explore Promethea and the other worlds of Borderlands 3. You guys ready to finish the fight?
Let's go.
Do it.
I'm going around right.
All right, gonna throw down a shield.
Cool. Gonna swing into the shield. Taking out shield for you.
Yeah. Picking it up.
I'm switching to corrosive for this. Tracking a bunch of them.
Pull them all in. Nice.
And burn.
All right.
We got a big crowd on the left here.
Gonna switch to the shotgun.
Flash trooper, go for the pack.
I got this guy.
Got two more over here. Nice.
Last one.
Сейчас погнем по бронированным противникам.
I see a chest back here.
See what you get.
All right, one I can't use, one I can. Got a Torg.
Got a bunch of let-off pistols.
That level 12's a little OP, but you guys can save it.
Oh, delayed fire mode.
That's cool.
Ready to move on?
All right.
Вот самый вид. Сира. Все что ли? Ладно, хорошо, 50 минут геймплея это много.
Thank you guys. Wow. I don't know if anybody got that math joke, divide by 0, but
they got it.
We're nerds, you know, what are you gonna do? Look, we can't wait for you guys to play this massive game for yourselves and to discover what other surprises and characters and loot and plot twists and everything there is to experience and explore in Borderlands 3.
So today, based on the time we have, we've just been able to show you just a tiny fraction of the game. And so, with that, I think what we wanted to show was just a little bit more of the breadth that we have. So we prepared a trailer
Системки-то будут, я понять не могу. Новый трейлер. Да. Музыка знакомая. Где я слышал? вроде Гиперион. Ну, очень Гелиос. Осадка от него, по крайней мере. Проблема ракеты. Про Эксон с Сальвадором так ничего не сказали. Что вот это хорошо, а системки-то можно?
Thank you. Wow. Oh wow, thank you guys. Oh man. Oh thanks. Oh wow. You know, I don't think we've ever shown this much of a Gearbox game before, or just soon after announcing it, frankly. The fact is, we've never had this much time to finish and polish a Gearbox game before, so we're feeling really good about the position we're in and excited to bring Borderlands 3 to the world. As you can plainly see, we've made a commitment to what Borderlands is supposed to be. We've made a commitment to the story, the style, and the design that our fans have told us loud and clear that they cherish and want us to preserve in Borderlands 3. You know, it's an interesting time in games right now. There's all kinds of people making all kinds of money, doing all kinds of interesting stuff out there. We just love video games. We think video games are supposed to be fun, and we love Borderlands, so we wanted to make sure that we were true to what it is. And if you want to play offline, we've got you. If you want to play online, of course.
Отлично, пиратки будут в первый день выхода, мне кажется. Если, конечно, до нового не было. Официально еще не подтверждено, кстати. Фу, ну, микротранзакций не будет.
We expect you to feel right at home. But we've made sure to design Borderlands 3 in the story and in the gameplay and everything such that this is the perfect entry point for any gamer that's going to be experiencing Borderlands for the very first time when Borderlands 3 launches on September 13th. And what you've seen today so far, it's really just scratching the surface. Borderlands 3 is massive. It is by far the largest Borderlands game we've ever made. And we've just had an hour to touch a couple things near the beginning of the game. Working closely with our publishing partner 2K Games, you can expect to see more and more of Borderlands 3 through the summer up until the launch on September 13th. We're planning to share more and more of the game at upcoming shows, right? We're going to be at E3, we're going to go to Gamescom in Germany, we're going to go to the Penny Arcade Expo, of course. We're going to hit a few other things. We're even going to crash Guardian Con in Orlando. So that should be fun. And we're not even finished today. In this room with us, we've brought 200 AMD-powered machines where you guys are all going to have a chance to play Borderlands 3 yourselves It's
AMD
going to be an
машинах.
unguided experience. We're going to just drop you in Promethea, do whatever you want, mainline quests, side
Системки, наверное,
quests,
скажут сейчас.
just free play, right? We're going to give you 90 minutes. And I know all of you guys are going to be streaming to all of your followers, so have fun. We want you to have a blast with it. If you're watching them on Twitch, if you're watching these guys play on Twitch,
Нет,
be
системки
sure
не
to
скажут,
take
по-моему.
advantage of the custom Borderlands 3 Twitch extension that we've created at Gearbox. You can link it to your Shift account so that you can start collecting Borderlands 3 loot today, and that's going to be waiting for you when the game launches on September 13th. Now, it's going to take Paul and the rest of the Gearbox guys a few minutes to get everybody set up on the stations over there. So Paul's going to get going on that. And I'm just so glad that we're here today and that we can do this. Thank you guys so much. By the way, while they're setting up, fortunately, we've got the folks from Kind of Funny here. They've seen Borderlands 3 for the first time here at this event. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and we're going to kick it over to Greg and Andrea and Fran, and they're going to share their thoughts about Borderlands 3 for everybody watching at home. And thank you guys so much for coming here and being with us. I'll see you soon. Cheers.
Про системушки так и не сказали.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we've all seen Borderlands 3.
Но ничего не скажет. Ну-ка, здесь что-нибудь интересное выкатили. Ну, ладно, будем заканчивать. Всем спасибо за просмотр, всем пока.